How is it going, my beautiful friends? It's Alyse here, and I am so excited because today I am sharing with you 7 things that you definitely did not know about me. This shall be fun. I actually filmed a video similar to this a couple of years ago, probably 2 years ago, and I know you guys really enjoyed it. I'm gonna link that one down below. If you're new here, my name is Alyse Parker, and on this channel I share videos about my whole entire lifestyle, kind of the holistic view of health, mind, body, soul, all the good stuff, lots about mindset and confidence and relationships and love and so much more. So if you are not already subscribed, click the little subscribe button and turn on the bell. That way you will receive notifications every time I have a new video up. And I'm gearing up to start sharing 2 videos every single week. Yes, I said it out loud, so it's going to happen. So without further ado, let's get into 7 things that you did not know about me. Okay, the first thing that you probably didn't know about me from watching my videos, even if you've been here for the entire time, since dreadlock days, since van life days, since fruit farm days in Hawaii, you probably didn't know that I'm actually a pretty quiet-ish person in person, off of the camera, behind the screen, in my real reality life. I tend to be on the quieter side, and the way that I kind of like to perceive this, and the way that a lot of my friends and people close to me perceive this, is that maybe not so much quiet, but I'm a strategic communicator. So I kind of really think intentionally about what I want to share before I want to share it. I don't really just talk to talk. I'm just more like internalizing and thinking and like, yeah, just sharing what I feel is going to be valuable. The second thing you may not have known about me is that I really perceive life as a game. And with all of this said, I really view myself as a little avatar, a little character in this game that we call life. And I am pretty deliberate with my avatar, with the way that my avatar shows up. And this has kind of been building more and more as the years go on. I feel like I'm being kind of vague, so let me try and be more specific. I set goals, set intentions, have these dreams, and then I backtrack and I'm like, how does this little avatar, hold on. How does this, oh gosh, how? Whoa, trippy. How does this avatar need to show up in certain situations in order to attract those dreams, make those dreams a reality? If I want healthy, fulfilling, deep, connecting relationship, how do I need to show up in order to have that happen, have that take place in my life? I probably need to be open to connecting deeply. I need to be open to communicating my wants, my needs, everything within myself, within a relationship. Clearly, I'm not living that reality, my dream reality. Well, my reality is pretty amazing, but I'm not living that dream reality because I'm not showing up that way yet. I hope that that makes sense. I can expand upon it more in another video. The third thing that you probably didn't know about me is that I am pretty strategic and intentional when it comes to managing my relationships and communication, and every single month I set intentions for myself. I rarely miss this. Like it's a monthly thing. It's also a weekly thing and usually a daily thing. But I get really clear on a couple of relationships, a couple of beautiful humans that maybe I haven't been connecting with as much as I want to, and I make a list of just a few individuals that I want to make sure I connect with each month. I write a list and I check it off when I accomplish it, and I keep revisiting that list of intentions and goals for relationships weekly, and I just kind of make sure that I'm making progress in that regard. So that really helps me just continue to stay in contact with people, because it can be really easy to get caught up in the go and like, yeah, have the intention of like, hey, I want to connect with you, and then like it slips through the cracks. So that's one way that I really try to just keep that foundation really strong. Fourth thing that you probably didn't know about me, definitely didn't know about me, is that I am what I like to call short-term gullible. What I mean by this is that if somebody like plays a joke on me or is trying to trick me or scare me or like do something funny, for a split second I'm like, wait, is that seriously true? I'm like, wait, oh no, or like, oh, that's so scary. And then like 1 second later, I'm like, okay, wait, no, it's not real. That was just a joke or whatever it was. I'm referring to like so many times that my boyfriend Luke has just like played little jokes on me and said like, there's a clown in the corner, and I'm like immediately like genuinely scared, like not fooling around. I'm like scared, or like I think something is real, and then immediately after I'm like, okay, it's okay, Alyse, it's all right. Number 5 is surrounding my intuitive abilities. In a recent video, I touched on this a little bit. I was talking about energy work, right? So I've been going to an energy worker, energy healer on a weekly basis for the past like 8 or 10 months or so. And it's radically changed my life and just really helped me understand that there are certain gifts that we all have within us, and some of these gifts have been something that has stemmed from like a past wound. So for an example, if a young child wanted to really connect with their parents or their friends, but they felt like every time they tried to connect with these people, the person just wasn't really emotionally available, or like they just weren't super present, that young child is going to develop this gift and be able to strengthen their abilities in being able to sense like, can I trust this person? Can I trust that this person is going to be present with me? Can I trust that this person is emotionally and like present and available to connect with me in this way or to support me in this way? And that individual is going to really be able to strengthen those abilities as time goes on, because nobody wants to show up and like be open and longing and grabbing for attention and connection and presence and have it be shut down every time, because that creates wounds for that person or for that child. That's just one little example of how our hardships when we are younger or growing up at any point in our lives can kind of shape these abilities in us. And so I have learned through energy work that I definitely have some pretty dope intuitive abilities. I imagine that a lot of you watching this video right now also have pretty strong intuition. For me, I feel like I can read people very, very easily. I can like intuitively feel how somebody else is feeling, or if somebody is emotionally available, if somebody is stressed, if someone is feeling blocked, if someone's feeling stuck, if someone's feeling like expansive and clear. I'm really, really good at picking up on that. In the last year or so, I have also recognized that there have been quite a few situations where I just have this deep knowing, like a feeling of I know when something is going to happen. For an example, this past season of my life, which I recently called the goop season, I'll link my Instagram post down below where I talk about why I call this the goop season. But in the goop season of my life, the beginning of the goop season, I kind of felt like I was about to go into this season of darkness and like withdrawing myself and just kind of being more isolated and going through some things and just processing a lot. And I was like, I know that around the middle to end of October, I'm gonna be emerging out of this. And this was like in June that I just had this knowing of like, fuck, I'm about to like go into this, but I know that around this time, like things are gonna clear up and I'm gonna feel more clear and articulate and just like free from all of that. And I've also had experiences like this with friendships, with relationships of like, I know that we are about to go into this season together. We're about to like get so much closer, or we're about to grow distant. I don't know how to explain it other than like have these knowings, and then continuously my life experience is proving them to be true. So like around the middle to end of October, I started to feel like such a relief and such like a fog lift from my life and my being and my consciousness and all of this. So yeah, those are just a couple little examples of some intuitive abilities that I have strengthened over my lifetime. Okay, the sixth thing that you may not have known about me is that I have a pretty high attention to detail and exactness in various aspects of my life, but specifically with art. I was kind of going through like this video idea with a friend, and they were helping me come up with things that you may not know about me, just because it was so hard for me to sit down and be like, what what have I not shared at this point? Because I've been on YouTube here for like 5 years now, and I'm like, I feel like I've shared almost everything about myself. I don't really withhold very much at all. So I kind of shared this video idea with some friends and was like, what do you think that I haven't shared yet? One of the things that came up was my art. You guys know probably that I created a coloring book a couple of years ago. Oh, what a freaking beautiful process that was. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my relationship with art and like when I turned to it, why I turned to it, and just, yeah, kind of the process that I have with my art. So I wanted to just share with you. This is one of my recent creations. And when I turn to art is usually when I'm feeling like I just need to go inward and I need less stimulation and just really need to like pause and be in this meditative zone for a moment, for an hour, for a couple of hours. So it's when maybe I feel overwhelmed, maybe I feel like I'm not clear on certain things, and I just want to like kind of go into this meditative state where nothing really matters, but at the same time I get certain downloads and like realizations. It's just such a like beautiful, peaceful, creative, expansive process for me. And so my like exactness and attention to detail really comes through in my drawings. And you can kind of see what I mean by that. In my coloring book, I didn't really have this much detail because obviously these little lines are so tiny that it would be so difficult to color in, and I wanted to make sure it would be easy to color in the coloring book, but you can see next to my fingers, these are such tiny little details. So yeah, that's a little bit about my relationship with art. Along with that is, you probably didn't know, but I really love to paint. I don't paint as often as I would love to, but it is probably one of my biggest passions in addition to drawing. Number 7, the 7th thing that you definitely didn't know about me. This one I actually feel vulnerable sharing. It's just something that I want to really work on in myself, something that I want to learn this year, something that I want to strengthen and enhance, is my connection to my physical body and my sensuality and my sexuality as a whole. I had some experiences when I was younger that really pulled me out of my physical body, and I feel like my entire life I've been more in my mind and more like up here, up in the air, less like grounded and embodied in my physical form. I would say as a whole, I feel pretty disconnected to my physical body, and I've just been realizing that more and more as the years and months have passed by, and I just don't want that to be my reality anymore. So that's something that I really want to work on, and for a while it felt kind of daunting. I guess it still feels a little daunting and scary to dive into just because it feels so foreign for me, but I feel more excited and ready now. I'm just kind of like open to all information, all ideas, all suggestions, and how to further connect to my physical body. But as far as now, I know that like massaging myself and just like touching my physical body and like just loving my body is one really good place to start. Yeah, and there's some other ideas that I have, other things that I've looked into, and how to enhance this within myself. I've been reading some books. Reading the book Dear Lover has really been eye-opening for me, and yeah, I feel just vulnerable talking about it because it's, yeah, something that has been troubling for me, something that has impacted my life probably not so well, and also my relationships too. So that's something that I am determined to work on. You definitely didn't know that about me. Those are the 7 things that I wanted to share with you today. I'm so open to talking more about any of them in more detail. Would love to make follow-up videos if there's any specific number of these things that you didn't know about me that you would like to know more about. Feel free to share that in the comments down below. That is it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new about me, And I know in one of my previous videos, I was sharing the concept of let's make love louder. So let's comment down below and just share love and gratitude and positivity, and let that drown out negativity or criticism or hateful comments. I want to follow up on that and say in this video, in the comment section, let's make connection louder than distance and isolation. So I would love for you to share one thing about yourself in the comments down below. I'm going to read through as many as I possibly can and give you a heart and give you a comment right back. I would love to learn more about who you are. So that's going to wrap up this video. I love you. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you soon.